Good evening, ladies and gentlemen around the world, and welcome to match day 8 of Dritte Liga, the German 3rd Division. We, this evening, are at the Rudolf Hardig Stadion for Dynamo Dresden against Alemannia Aachen. It's 2nd against 16th, and I'll leave you just for a moment to listen to these fantastic fans. Incredible to think that this is the atmosphere at a 3rd division game in Germany. It is a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. As I said before, 2nd plays 16th today. We'll bring you the team lineups very, very shortly. Here they are. In goal for Dresden, it is number 24, the number 1 Tim Schreiber. Right back, Claudio Kamenecht. In the centre, Alias Kazar. We have Lars Bunning as well along the back line for Dresden. Jakob Lemmer, Niklas Hauptmann, Vinko Sapena and Philipp Heiser. And then playing just off the front usually, although we'll see how they actually line up on the pitch, Tony Menzel, Stefan Kuschka and Robin Meisner are up front. Top scorer for Dresden this season, Christoph Daferner. He is not in the starting lineup today. And for the visitors, Alemannia Aachen. Elias Bordner is in goal. He's been switching around a little bit with the other goalkeeper from Alemannia Aachen, Marcel Jonen, but Bordner has played the last couple of games. Mika Hanrath is at right back. Lamar Yarbrough and Felix Meyer are also there. Sasha Strujic, Sofian Al-Fauzi, Bentley Baxter-Barn and Florian Heister, with Gianluca Guardino, Charlison Benshop and Lucas Shepanik up front. Anton Heinz is the top scorer for Aachen, but he, again, not in the lineup, starting 11 today. Our referee today, Assad Nuhum from Germany. And let me tell you what else has been going on match day 8 of Dritte Liga. The first game on Friday, Unterhaching against Sandhausen was a 0-0 draw. And then earlier on yesterday, Mannheim beat Essen 1-0. 1860 Munich beat Dortmund 2-1, as we watch the lineups go through with their normal pre-match routine. Victoria Cologne beat Auer 2-0, bit of a shock result there. Wegen beat Osnabrück 2-1. Hanover against Stuttgart was 3-1 to the home side. Cottbus had a serious victory against Saarbrücken, 4-1. And last of all, today at lunchtime, Ingolstadt beat Rostock 2-1. That means that at the moment, Sandhausen are top of the table, having played 8 matches and won 5 of them, 17 points. Dresden and Auer are equal on 16 points, just beneath them. But Dresden today, if they were to get a victory or even a draw with their goal difference, they would go top. Coaches, Heine Backhaus, there he is for Alemannia Aachen, who had a surprise victory against Cologne a few weeks ago. And for Dynamo Dresden, Thomas Stamm. There he is. Dresden on a good run of form, one of the most consistent in the league at the moment. Aachen, the exact opposite. They are up and down for the last few match days. A win, a loss and a draw in their last 3 games. Whereas for Dresden, it's 2 wins and a draw. And they have won 5 of their 7 games, drawing 1 and losing 1 in total. We are ready for kickoff then. And it's Aachen who'll take the kickoff, the away side. Nobody really knows what to expect for this game, as you might predict in the home side, who are strong favourites. But Aachen can do anything when they want to. They play some nice football. They like to control the game. But they do tend to be a long ball side, whereas Dresden a little bit more tactical, with a little bit more nous and some more experienced players therein. An early touch for Bordner in the Aachen goal. And they will be playing, we expect, mostly three across the back, with Yarborough in the middle there. The number 25. Hanraths is a large part of their lead from the back on the right wing, on the right flank rather. But they're pretty fluid in terms of their setup, certainly going forward. Florian Heister making a nuisance of himself early on, but not getting past the experienced head of Lars Bunning. And Tim Schreiber, the number 1 for Dresden, gets his first touch of the game as well. And a goal kick to be taken by Bunning. Aachen, not normally a team that likes to press very much. Well, that is a little bit risky at this stage of the game from Bunning. I don't think that was necessary. He won't be made to pay for it though. Certainly absolutely no need to take a risk like that in the second minute of the game. Dresden not able to get any foot on the ball as yet. It's Aachen, the away side, who've had the vast majority of possession so far. Last time out, Aachen had a 0-0 draw with Mannheim. Before that, they lost to Borussia Dortmund's reserve team. And on match day 5, it was that win at home against Cologne, having been on a terrible run, Aachen. And they managed to turn that around with a surprise victory away from home. Interestingly, Dresden, lying second in the league but could go top tonight, don't have a great home record. 9th in the table at the moment from a home results point of view, but their away record is what's got them to the position in the league where they are right now. They have the best away record in the league, but they're really looking to improve that home advantage and press it home, and they'll be trying to do that today, that's for sure. As you can see, Dresden, a much more tactical side, a much more skillful side. And their first meaningful attack comes to nothing in the end, as Lamar Yarborough comes across and clears it, but not very well. Robin Meissner it was who got the ball in a dangerous area. They're still there, it's still in the area. And now a chance for Dresden to cross the ball in for an early chance, and a goal, nearly. Not a bad effort at all. Left swinging foot on the volley. Didn't come to anything, and the headed rebound over the bar. But that a sign not only of Dresden's intent, but also their prowess and the potential that they have when making those fast runs for counter-attacking. Bordner it is, who will get the game started again for Aachen. Very patient build up from Aachen. But the Dresden crowd here at the Rudolf Harbig Stadion should be a huge advantage. As we see Robin Meissner go to the ground, the referee waves play on. He didn't see anything, or maybe there was nothing. The away end, not particularly full, but the home fans are in great voice. It's a good time of day as well on a Sunday to have a kick-off in Germany. And they were in full voice, the fans. Offside given against Meissner. And the chance of Dynamo coming from the stands. Aachen will certainly feel this cauldron-like atmosphere. But try to build again, this time down the left. And do so with some nice one-touch football, little 1-2s, little triangles from the training ground. That cross nearly reached Charleston Benchop. And they switch it to the right-hand side. And the goalkeeper Schreiber manages to save a corner. So goal kick it is once again. No chances to speak of in the first 6 minutes. The most meaningful attack from the home side, but came to nothing. As we have a very interesting look at the goalkeeper's knees. Thank you very much to the local directors for that. Dresden taking a more direct route forward this time. There's a low press from Aachen, which has been effective on this occasion. Dresden unable to find a way through, even when trying to play a slightly longer ball. They switch to the right-hand side, back through the middle. And Charleston Benchop for Aachen, the number 35, is making a big difference in terms of the pressing for Aachen. He injects a little bit more pace than they've had previously, as the chants continue from the crowd. And I imagine they will continue for the whole game. An opportunity for Dresden to put in that final pass. 2 in the box. As the overlapping run comes to nothing, but a corner in fact. First corner of the game. Stefan Kuschka, the man who forced it. Philipp Heisser will take the corner. No, he won't. He's decided to switch over. It's Mesner who'll take it. Robin Meissner then, with an in-swinging right footer. The ball still in the box, appeals for a penalty. I didn't see anything, and nor did the referee Assad Nahum. But Dresden still on the ball, and they have dominated possession in most of their games this season. They'll expect to do so again. That's a free kick in Dresden's favour. Here we go then, first free kick of the game. Dresden, nice and easy, take it further back. They are being slightly profligate though, at the back. In the end, that header, defensive header, saves the blushes of the goalkeeper. Just a little replay of that. Benchop was lurking. Once again, the ball nice and slow from Dresden. They're a very patient side, despite their obvious skill set. And that was an interesting ball, which we haven't seen yet from Dresden, and it forces a corner in the end. Hanraths not able to prevent that. But he did manage to prevent Tony Menzel, number 24, from turning that attack into something really dangerous. Second corner then, this one will be taken once again by Robin Meissner. And again, it's his right foot, doesn't get past the first man. Always frustrating for a coach to see that. Schreiber with his right boot, pumping the ball forwards. There's nobody in the centre for Dresden. They're all concentrated on the left, and that allows Aachen with some space on the left-hand side as well, as they come forwards through Hanraths. Back with Yarborough, and just into the centre of the park, moving it, switching it from right to left. We saw Sasa Strujic have a couple of really good games. We haven't seen him on the ball yet today. Oh, there he is. At the exact moment I say we haven't seen him on the ball. There is Sasa Strujic. On the left-hand side, he was particularly potent against Cologne a few weeks ago. And he's on the ball for the throw-in, an attacking throw-in for Aachen. Lots of good movement from Aachen. Beksteban, number 9, is there. In the end, Benschop unable to get on the end of it, and Dresden it is once again, who love to play across the back. Here comes Heise. Kamenecht on the right-hand side, coming up from the right-back position. Good ball into the centre, unable to find a yellow shirt, and in the end, the free kick given the other way. Free kick then in favour of Alemannia Aachen. Thomas Stamm has said that he's been incredibly pleased and impressed with the way his team have played the last few matches. 5 wins out of 7 for them, looking for a 6th today, which would take them top of the table. But it's Aachen with the ball out to Strujic. Lovely pass into the left-hand side. Strujic onto his right foot, attempts a shot. It's blocked fairly easily. And the throw-in goes the way of the home side. Jakob Lemmer back, and they're playing dangerous games again at the back, Dresden. But they managed to get the ball clear. But there's absolutely no rush for the home side. They know they're in the ascendancy. They know they're the favourites for today. And they will continue to play their game. Won't be rushed into anything. Large areas of the pitch pretty crowded, as you'd expect in 3rd division football. Heine Backhaus has been much more satisfied over the last couple of weeks. A draw and a win in their last 3 games. 1 loss in between. Again, patient build-up down the left for Dresden. They'll be looking to switch it. It's very crowded down there. On the right-hand side, they have space with Lemmer, if they can find him. Schreiber goes a little shorter this time. Doesn't find his man. Gives Aachen the opportunity once again. Here's Benschop. He loses it. And Dresden once again. With Bunning, 2 deep-lying defenders when they're attacking. Lemmer on the ball. Back to Kamenecht. Kamenecht to his goalkeeper Schreiber is playing. It's very, very, very unwise what they're doing at the moment, Dresden. That's 3 times in the first 15 minutes when they've really been unnecessarily risky. There is reward associated with risk, of course, but not when you're playing in your own box. And they're slightly fortunate that Aachen haven't managed to pounce or take advantage of any of those defensive frailties. Not as yet. Give them too many more, and things may well look a little less rosy. It's Aachen coming forward. Baxter Barn, and they lose the ball. A little bit of pinball in the centre of the pitch. That's Baxter Barn again. Aachen crowded out in the centre of the park. That was Gianluca Guardino, the Curaçao international. Ben Chop has to go backwards. A lot of yellow jerseys behind the ball. Can decide to go left on the left wing once again with Strujic. That's a nice nutmeg ball, getting past Lemmer. But Strujic unable to get past his man on that occasion. Baxter Barn. As here we just look again at this risky defending that we've seen a few times. And slightly fortunate Dresden to get out of that one unscathed. A long free kick with something of a routine that's been worked on the training pitch by the looks of things. Sorry, throw-in I meant, not free kick of course. And the throw-in in the end comes to nothing. And we're back once again with the goalkeeper. In the middle of the park, Baxter Barn manages to get it free. And Aachen have an untidy ball, and I think that was a handball, yes it was. Free kick for Dresden taken quickly. Number 24 for the home side, Tony Menzel. Usually plays just behind the front two. And he manages to win a corner. Another corner then for Dresden. This one is going to be from the right-hand side. A left-footed in-swinging corner, and it's a dangerous one. The keeper did well, actually, Elias Bodnar. And Aachen, if they can move it quickly, have some space here, but it's cut out by the Dresden defence, who are somewhat making amends. That's Bunning on the right-hand side. And back to Tim Schreiber, who has seen a lot of the ball so far in this opening 18 and a bit minutes. His right foot is a potent weapon that Dresden have been using in their more direct attacks. And here, an opportunity for Dresden in the area. The ball's in the net, it's not going to count. The whistle had gone before. It was a decent finish from Robin Meissner, though. And Aachen get away with this one. That was a definite shove on Strujic. But that finish, if he could pull that off without the foul first, would be pretty incredible. So the ball has been in the back of the net for Dresden, but it didn't count thanks to a shove, first of all, on Sasha Strujic. Elias Bodnar, a long ball forward down the centre. Aachen love a long ball. Less so Dresden. And that attack, though, or potential attack, came to naught as Aachen once again build from the back and do so through Bentley Baxter Barn, who has had a couple of quite anonymous games this season, but today has been very much involved in the first quarter of this match. Kamenecht. Schreiber. Back out to the right, and Kamenecht, who loses the ball, and Aachen of a few men forward, but nobody in the box. And an attempted threaded pass into the 6-yard box found nobody because there was nobody there. Dresden free kick. If they can move it quickly, it may be promising, but they've decided to take it slowly as the fans are in full voice. Another yellow wall that we're used to seeing in German football. Here come Dresden again, down the left-hand side, and the misplaced pass. Once again proving to unravel that potential attack, but it went back to the back four. And they will attempt to build again through Kamenecht and Kazar. Heiser on the left, up front, Stefan Kuschke. Charleston Benschop has been, along with Baxter Barn, Aachen's major player in the first quarter of this game. That's going to be a free kick to Aachen. And I think a talking to from the referee as well. Maybe for Vinko Sapena. Yeah. Vinko Sapena with the blonde bun on the back of his head. Just a little too forceful in that challenge from behind. And we're halfway through the first half, and not a lot to tell you about so far, really. That one is overhit. 60% possession in the first quarter of the game for the home side, Dresden. 3 corners. No shots on target for either side. That one ball in the back of the net after a free kick, which didn't count, of course. And Kamenecht and Schreiber will have to think of another way to get through this black wall that they keep finding. If there's a yellow wall in the stands, there's a black wall on the pitch in the shape of the Aachen defensive unit. 9 men behind the ball for Aachen. And Dresden moving on the overlap through Lemmer, and they're going to get a 4th corner of the game. This one will be once again from the right-hand side. And in fact, I think it was Lemmer who got the final touch, so that's going to be a goal kick. Indeed it is. Substitutes warming up. They won't be expected to be used yet, though, of course, as Elias Bordner. Looks up and finds a target, which is going to be up on the right-hand side, but he doesn't hit that target, and the ball once again back to Schreiber. Benschop senses the possibility of causing nervousness at the back, and once again that press nearly working. That was very calmly well played, though, out from the back by Bunning. Here come Dresden down the left-hand side now, and an opportunity maybe for Heiser to move inside. No free kick given. Aachen with the opportunity to counter-attack. Here comes Benschop, and he trips over his own feet. No, not according to the referee. It looked to me very much as if I think Heister was already going down there. Florian Heister. But the free kick has been given against Dresden. Contentious, to say the least. Everyone up for Aachen. 2 arms in the air and the ball's played short. Into the area now though, and an opportunity to square it, not taken. And Tony Menzel receiving the thanks of his teammates for making sure that didn't lead to anything. But the first corner of the game for Aachen. Let's see if they can do anything about here. Left foot, in swing. Dealt with by Schreiber, pretty well in the end actually. Ball in the Aachen half, but Aachen are on it. And going all the way back to the keeper. Elias Bordner. With a long hoof downfield. Both Aachen attackers keeping tabs on what Dresden do in defence after a very dodgy first 20 minutes or so from the home side. Back it is again to Schreiber. Benschop and Skepanik are there looking to pounce on a mistake. Dresden looking for that onward header, unable to take it. That's well played though by Sepenka. Sepenka out to Heiser. It's cut out by Hanraths. Is the corner, and Schreiber did pretty well actually in the end, grabbing it at the second attempt. The initial punch went straight up in the air, but he was able to grab that, no problem at all, in the end. Dresden forward again, down the left-hand side. They've really favoured that left-hand side so far, Dresden, from an attacking point of view. That is a free kick though, and it's gone to the away side. Tony Menzel has been in the thick of the action a lot so far this half. Still no shots on target for either side. Dresden with the vast majority of the possession. Bordner it is for Aachen, who is coming up to take that free kick midway inside the first half, inside their own half, on the right-hand side. Alias Kazar ready to defend. And the tall figure of Benschop unable to get a glancing header to move the ball further forwards. That's a free kick for Dresden. Here come Aachen again. A little bit hemmed in the right back area. No huge problems for Dresden dealing with that. Well, actually I say that, ends up being sliced out for an attacking throw-in for the away side. Heine Backhaus will be relatively satisfied, as you can see, by this first half performance so far from his side. Alemannia Aachen lying towards the very bottom of the table. Still early days in the season, of course. Kick. And another talking to for Robin Meissner from the referee, Assad Nahum. And time for a little breather. The referee will just check that there's no medical attention required. Free kick for Aachen to be taken by Bentley Baxter-Barn. Lamar Yarbrough is there to help if necessary, but he wasn't needed. Here's Benschop, and on the right hand side Guardino. Back to Benschop. 4 men further forward, but Dresden with the opportunity to counter-attack, but no men forward enough, and in the end, Aachen have dealt with it pretty well. They've got the ball back, possession on the right-hand side. But that possession changes hands once again, and it's back with Schreiber. Dresden. Forward and a free kick. Given this time against Alemannia Aachen. Stefan Kuchka was the man on the floor. Still no yellow cards in the game. Plenty of fouls, plenty of free kicks. But nothing more serious yet. Dresden, once again, building from the back. Down the right-hand side now. And the ball is out with Jakob Lemmer. And they go further back. Now on the ground, Sasha Strujic. Clutching his back, but I think he's okay. Let's see if Aachen can build something from this free kick. It's going to be the left foot of Alemannia Aachen across the back. And up they go on the right-hand side. It's been much more congested on that side of the field. The Dresden left, the Aachen right. Huge majority of the game has been played down that side of the pitch. Nothing coming from that throw-in, and it's all a little bit scrappy. Here we go on the other side then. Let's see if Aachen can do something a little bit more promising down this side through Charlison Benshot. He threads a little ball through, and Strujic it is once again making the play. Here come Aachen with a real opportunity, and it's just gone right of the upright. That was a real chance. Some really nice play there as well. Sofian El Fawzi with the final shot, and he'll be disappointed that wasn't on target. Strujic again at the absolute centre of everything that Aachen do, and it was a good turn in the end from El Fawzi. He lost his balance slightly, but managed to regain it and the ball. That's the best opportunity of the match, and it's gone Aachen's way, the visitors. Still 0-0, 33 minutes gone. Schreiber hoofs it forward this time with his left foot. Another free kick, this time on the ground is Jakob Lemmer. Let's see what Dresden can do, but they go further back. And once again, patience from Dresden as they try to build something they haven't managed to before. Schreiber has seen a lot of the ball in goal. He hasn't made a save yet. In fact, neither goalkeeper has made a save yet. 10 minutes left of this first half, plus time added on. Another misplaced pass from Dresden. They'll be ruining a lot of those in this first half. Schreiber out to Bunning. Lemmer is the outlet once again on the right-hand side. But the ball goes to Aliash Kazar. Here is Lemmer. Trying to start moving the ball a little bit forward. There's space more on the left. Schreiber it is again who finds the left-hand side. But Dresden unable to string enough passes together to create an opportunity. blows his whistle in favour of the home side. Not in a dangerous position at the moment for Dresden. Although the opportunity here, but only if the pass goes to the feet of another player in yellow. Robin Meissner on that occasion, passing it into thin air. Here's Lemmer, active at the back, active going forwards as well. Sapenka in the middle of the park. Bunning in the middle, and Heise with the crossfield ball. Lemmer again. Men in the box for Dresden, and on the overlap. Here's an interesting cross though, and that was well dealt with by Bodnar. He had to deal with that, had to get it out. There were yellow shirts approaching from all directions into the box. A promising foray from Dresden. And that was some attacking flair that belied the quality of this match so far. Hasn't been a first half full of quality at all, nor of scoring opportunities. Forward for Aachen, and they gain a few yards for a second throw-in from the left-hand side. Men in space on the right. It's very crowded on this near side. Strujic it will be to take that throw-in. He goes backwards. Lamar Yarbrough back to his goalkeeper. Punch the ball forward. That's pretty well played though by Ben Schott, or I thought it was. Dresden again on the ball. Lots of possession with very little to show for it for the home side. That's a mark of their patience for sure, but also possibly a mark of a slight lack of attacking talent and flair. But at this level of football, to be expected. Guardino. Bit of a veteran. Curacao man. And that is a definite free kick. El Fauzi, who had the best opportunities so far. Definitely fouling. Quite cynically cutting down Hauptmann. Dresden with the ball again. Getting to that crucial stage of the game before half-time, where nobody wants to concede. Sapenka. Back into the centre of defence. Kamenet. Down the left-hand side again go Dresden. And still on that left-hand side after the throw-in. Tripping over the ball is Heise. Here come Aachen then. A throw-in from a defensive position on the right-hand side. And they'll look to launch it forward on the right. Ben Schott manages to get the knock on to Szczepanik. Here comes Strujic, the man at the centre of everything for Aachen. And that's a decent ball in actually from Strujic. Offside. That was nice thinking from Sasha Strujic. Szczepanik it was who was offside. And the free kick to Dresden will be taken by Claudio Kamenet, who just keeps it safe with Schreiber. Well, I say he keeps it safe. Almost didn't. And in fact, Dresden will get away with another throw-in. Lemmer will take it from the right-hand side. and neither side will want to take any risks at this point. Kamenecht in the centre of the park, not found. And now Aachen do have a chance to attack again late on in this first half, with 4.5 minutes left of normal time. El Fawzi unable to make anything of that. And Aachen go all the way back to Elias Bordner. And Felix Meyer. Here's Schepanek back again. And it's with Bordner. And now it's on the left-hand side, headed forward, and no black shirts. So Lemmer. And now it's cross-field, all the way from the left-back position, aiming for the right wing. And Lemmer is beaten. And Aachen can come forward again. Once again, it's Sasha Strujic, who's created both opportunities that Aachen have had so far, and created most of them for the last few games for the visitors. Sapenka out to the left and back into the middle with Hauptmann. Sapenka making himself available once again. Dresden going all the way back there with Kamenecht. And the Dresden fans doing their very best to put some energy into this home side's performance. That's going to be a free kick. And a little contretemps for the referee to deal with. The referee's been very impressive so far this afternoon. He's been calm, hasn't reached for his card, and has spoken very clearly to players from both sides. This, though, could have been a little touch paper that was lit, but the referee's dealt with that superbly well as Lamar Yarbrough was on the floor. Heine Backhouse is shocked that there hasn't been a card given here. Stefan Kuschka and Lamar Yarbrough sorted out between themselves. And I think, oh, that is the first yellow card. First yellow card of the game. It's gone to the home side. And that is why. It's gone to Stefan Kuschka for that kick on the back of the shins of Lamar Yarbrough. And for a first half that has had a lot of fouls, a lot of free kicks, testament to the way in which the referees dealt with it, that is our first yellow. Entering the final minutes of normal time in this first half. No goals yet. 0-0 between Dresden, second place side in Dritte Liga, against Alemannia Aachen, one of the low-flying teams. Benchop trying to get the ball out for a corner, but in the end, Elias Kazar shepherds it out for a goal kick. And it will be Lars Bunning who takes it. Not in a rush, of course. Both sides will want us to get to half-time at 0-0. No risks necessary. I mean, no risk necessary, but that in the end, pretty impressive piece of skill in front of his box. But the Dresden defence have nearly been in trouble for that a few times as the ball ran through, and Robin Meissner was unable to get on the end of it. Little lapses, little openings for both Dresden and Aachen, but neither side have been able to take advantage of either of them. Here come Aachen then, maybe for one final attack of the half. Play on, says the referee, and Victor Sapenka does that. Dresden, though, not keen to move the ball forward at this stage. They want to keep possession, go into half-time and let Thomas Stram give them his words of wisdom as to how they can change this match now going forward. Schreiber at the back again. Dresden just keeping the ball as the referee looks at his watch. And we'll be going for a minimum of 2 minutes of additional time. Schreiber. As Dresden sense possibly one attack that might make a difference at the end of this first half. Dresden. One possibility of an opening and a slightly overhit final pass meant it came to nothing. Here comes Dresden again, cut out by Aachen. And a sliding, almost reckless challenge from Kazar. Kamenet, actually, it was. Dresden, once again, after a little exchange of possession with Aachen. 30 seconds left of this half before the referee blows his whistle. Lemmer, down the right-hand side, can't get past El Fauzi, who knocks it out. Going to be a throw-in from the right-hand side. Last action of this half. Can Dresden make it count? A ball into the box is what they'll be looking for. And here it comes. But it's cut out easily by the Aachen defence. And that is half-time. Assad Nahum blows his whistle. It's been a dominant display in terms of possession and at times from Dresden. But the most penetrating attacks and the biggest chances have certainly gone to Alemannia Aachen. No shots on target, no goals. But Soufiane El Fauzi with the best chance of the game for Aachen. It's half-time at Dresden and we go in at 0-0. Welcome back to the Rudolf Hardig Stadion in Dresden, where it's Dynamo Dresden 0, Alemannia Aachen 0. It has not been a spellbinding or engrossing first half, particularly as the teams make their way back onto the pitch. It's been relatively even in terms of chances. No shots on goal, neither goalkeeper Tim Schreiber in your shot right now or Elias Bodnar. Neither's had to make a save. No shots on target, not many corners, plenty of incidents, lots of free kicks and fouls. A little bit of needle towards the end of the first half as Stefan Kuschka received the only yellow card of the game from that man on your screen, Assad Nuhum, the referee. But apart from that, there hasn't been a lot to speak of, to be honest. We hope for a more eventful second half. Dynamo Dresden, of course, the home side in the yellow, Alemannia Aachen playing from left to right as you look at it. And here we go for another 45 minutes of Dritte Liga football, match day 8. Second plays 16th, but at the moment it is all square at 0-0. If it were to stay with this scoreline at the end, Dresden would go top of the league on goal difference. They would move above Sandhausen with the exact same record. 1-5, drawn 2 and lost 1. Offside given early against Niklas Hauptmann in the midfield for the home side. Elias Bodnar is going to get his first kick of the game, of the second half rather. And let's see if he can manufacture something with that strong right boot of his. Knocked on by Benschop. And Benschop once again in the heart of the action early on. The best chance of the first half came to Sofian El Fauzi, made, as it often is for Aachen, by Sasha Strujic, with 2 lovely pieces of skill in the build-up. And El Fauzi managed to turn and get his right-footed shot away, but it went just outside the upright as Tim Schreiber goes out to the left-hand side. And a push. Only a push, I think. Leads to a foul. And the first free kick of this second half as Tony Menzel went to the ground. And both coaches, Thomas Strahm, the home coach, and Heine Backhaus, will be thinking now about how they can change this game if it stays like this at 0-0 for the next 15 minutes or so. Early on in the game, Dresden gave us a few heart-stopping moments with some risky play at the back. Heiser. Back to Bunning and back to Schreiber. And a lot of Dresden's build-up has started with their number 1. As across the back they go with Bunning and out to Heiser. Dresden certainly not shy or ashamed to start from deep and to try and build from the back, as we see the Poznan. Something, admittedly, I simply don't understand, where you face away from the pitch and bounce like that. Missing the action, of course. Anyway, that is something peculiar to German football. Dresden have the ball. That's a terrible cutback from Tony Menzel, who did so well to get the ball beyond the back line of Aachen, as we see Gianluca Guardino go down again. One slightly nasty foul on Guardino in the first half. But again, the 35-year-old is up and running, but the foul given away against him. And Aachen hoping that playing towards this other goal in the second half can make more of a difference. Goal kick for Dresden. That will be contested, I think, but nothing doing. Let's see. I'm not sure who that came off. And the assistant referee, very pleased and grateful, I'm sure, for the help of Lars Bunning in telling him whether it was a corner or a goal kick. Lars Bunning out to Heise, back to Bunning, and back to Schreiber. Oh, dearie me. Tim Schreiber. I mean, Dresden, for all their attacking prowess over the last few weeks, are really playing some very silly games at the back. Schreiber nearly with what would have been, I think, a viral YouTube sensation had that gone over the line. Hopefully the director will see fit to show us a replay of that shortly, as Ben Schott managed to get it past the line, and Fauzi in the end. That comes to nothing, and the ball is cleared by Dresden, as we see some head tennis and the home side sorting it out through Vikko Sepenka. Down the left-hand side, chasing is Robin Meissner. Meissner unable to do anything, and El Fauzi has the ball again. On his right, on the overlap, if he uses him, which he does, but it's offside, in fact, against Florian Heister. An earlier pass was what Heister was looking for there. He made the run. Here we go. Bunning, back to Schreiber. Whoops. And that was nearly something that would stay with him for the rest of his career. That will make the highlights package, I'm sure, for later on. Schreiber looking, by all accounts, as if nothing had happened at all. Aachen. El Fauzi fouled right in the centre by Bunning. Second yellow card of the game, and the first for the home side. Sorry, the second for the home side, rather. Lars Bunning into the book, joining his teammate Stefan Kuschka. And we've had 2 yellow cards. And still no shots on goal. El Fauzi fouled right in the centre then, at the top of the D. And Guardino is standing over the ball. The referee being absolutely clear about what needs to happen and when. And again, super game management from the referee. An opportunity. Is it going to be Szczepanik or Guardino? Let's see. Lucas Szczepanik, number 8. Him on the ball, left-footed, and straight down the throat of Tim Schreiber, who gathers it easily and looks to start a quick counter-attack after that free kick. But there's only one man forward for Dresden, which means that down the left-hand side, Robin Meissner runs into a wall of black and down a dead alley. Here comes Dresden. That looked like a foul, not given by the referee. The crowd don't like it. And so Dresden continue to build from the back. That's good play, actually, down the right-hand side from Lemmer, who is fouled this time. And maybe a little bit hurt, actually. It looks to me like we're going to get our first yellow card of the game for the away side, for Aachen. Brilliantly dealt with again by Nahum. And a yellow card is shown, and it's shown to Lucas Szczepanik, I think. Let's see that again. Lemmer takes the ball easily down the line, and in fact it's Sasa Strujic. It's actually Strujic it was with the initial push. But I'm not sure to whom the yellow card was shown. It should have been Strujic. It was. So yellow card for the home side, the away side, and Strujic. And Dresden have their first free kick of this second half. Nothing obvious for Dresden moving forward. And Aachen's press is actually proving pretty effective this match. It's something we're not necessarily used to seeing from Alemannia Aachen. But it's certainly something which, after the first few minutes of defensive vulnerability that they saw from the home side, they've decided to really push as the first half went on and this second half has started. Here come Dresden, the home side, looking to press home the advantage that they have in the table, the gulf in quality that there statistically might be. But down the left-hand side now, they come through Stefan Kuczka. And the stopture of this match continues. Kuczka just pushed over there by Ndar. Just a free kick though. It's a long way out. But no doubt there'll be something that they've worked on the training pitch. Robin Meissner fires the ball in. A real opportunity for Dresden, that was. That could have been a super goal straight off the training pitch with Claudio Kamenecht, who had the opportunity. We'll see it again. Good delivery. And Kamenecht on his own in the area. Just behind him, running in Ashkazar. And we're going to see a triple substitution as Hauptmann comes off. As does Kuczka, who was on that yellow card. And 3 new faces for Dresden, hoping to make a real change. So Meissner off and Meyer on. Confirmation of the other 2 substitutions about to come up on your screen. Schreiber slipping over in the area. He's not had a good first quarter of an hour of this second half, has he? Okay. On the ball, Aachen it is again. And a long-range effort with no real support going forwards. Aachen weren't expecting to have the ball in that area, I don't think. Oliver Meyer, number 7, is on. Kuczka off and Daphne on. As we see a few replays and of that long shot. Here's El Fawzi in the middle of the pitch doing some defensive work for Aachen. And third substitution for Dresden was Hauptmann, replaced by Sterner. So both front players replaced for Dynamo Dresden. Thomas Stamm, not impressed with what his front two of Stefan Kuschka and Robin Meissner had done so far. So Christoph Daffner and Oliver Meyer are on to try and make the difference. There were no substitutions or changes at half-time, and Aachen haven't made any yet either. Listen to the whistle, says the referee, as Guardino pumps the ball from centre field down the left-hand side, looking for Strujic or Szczepanik. Didn't find them, but the ball has broken again to black shirts, and it's in the centre. Guardino looking for a long-range effort perhaps, decides against it. Heister on the right-hand side. Threading the ball or attempting to is Szczepanik. And an opportunity for Aachen for a shot within the box, off target when it should definitely have been on target. After a relatively promising attack, that ball across the box eluded everybody until it got to El Fauzi. And once again, El Fauzi with a chance to open the scoring, just as he had in the first half, but it came to nothing. Referee waves play on after that. El Fauzi on the ball again. And down the right we go with Heister. The ball breaks to yellow shirts, and they start to stream forward as the substitute, Oliver Meyer. He's unable to conjure anything up, and the ball is out again for a defensive free kick for the home side, Dresden, and they go back to Schreiber, who's being pressed again, and goes out to Heiser on the left, playing it still deep. Heiser looking for a yellow shirt and finds one. That's Sapenka in the centre of the park. Forward comes substitute Daphne, and forward now Dresden. Have no words for that. It's just pure comedy on a football pitch from Oliver Meyer, the substitute. Not a great first incursion into this game. Jonas Sterner. Not a bad pass actually, but in the end, unable to do anything with it at all, Oliver Meyer. Extraordinary to have that kind of crowd for a third division game. Very, very impressive here at the Rudolf Hardig Stadion as Aachen pump the ball forward. And Guardino is on it again, out to Heister. El Fauzi, back to Guardino. Nice nutmeg pass, and a chance as Ben Schott breaks into the box and has his arms wide, asking why Strujic didn't pass it to him when he was the man who was free in the box. Here come Dresden again, once again from the back, kept in but untidily, and a terrible pass. Goes straight out. Szczepanik is on the deck, but I didn't see anything that led him there. A free kick though, says the referee. Let's see what that was. And more of a clash of bodies. Nonetheless, referee has decided that is a free kick for the visitors for Aachen. And this, given that neither side can create anything from open play, is without a doubt one of the best opportunities, possibilities that we will have seen in this game. It's Guadino again who's on the ball. Him and Szczepanik. The draft excluder for Dresden is Philipp Heisse. It's going to be Szczepanik with the left boot, straight into the wall. And a follow-up left-footed volley. Came to nothing. Alias Kazar is on the ground. Play has stopped. Yeah, ball just hit him straight in the face. I mean, a delayed reaction to say the least. After he looked to the right to see whether someone was going to get a follow-up shot. I'm not saying anything. Thomas Stamm, Dynamo Dresden coach, has already made 3 substitutions. None yet from Heine Backhaus of Alemannia Aachen. Long ball from Schreiber is headed into the centre of the park. Down on the left, Heisse. Can't control the header, and that ball goes for an attacking throw-in for Aachen. Nice little bit of play from Heiste down the right-hand side. He's had an impressive start to the second half, Florian Heiste. Szczepanik seems to be okay. Always those two, Guadino and Szczepanik, over the free kicks. But it seems so far to always have been Szczepanik. Here's an opportunity, or it looked like one anyway, but the offside flag was up. Some good attacking free kick routines though from Aachen have led to some pretty decent opportunities towards the end of the first half and in this first 20 minutes of the second. 23 minutes left of normal time. Just 1/4 of the game remaining here in Dresden. And it is still Dynamo 0, Alemannia Aachen 0. The crowd, who were in full voice early on, all 30,000 of them. Remember, this is a 3rd division match in Germany with a crowd of over 30,000. Fantastic scenes and a great noise as well. Dresden high flying in the league. If they draw or win today, they will go top over Sandhausen on goal difference. Dresden with the ball. Back through that defensive duo through which so much has come in the last 67 minutes. Claudio Kamenecht. Back to Schreiber. And Bunning with Heisse on the left-hand side. Forward it goes, through the centre, an opportunity for the substitutes to combine. And it's a corner. Christoph Dafferner forcing that corner from the defensive line of Aachen. Wonderful scenes behind the goal. A short corner taken by Dresden. Something for the fans to get excited about? No, unfortunately not. And I mentioned at the very beginning of the game that Dresden's home record, despite this astonishing crowd, is not actually that good. 9th in the standings in terms of home results. The difference that they've made so far this season has been away from home, where they have a better record than any other side. Vinko Sapina over the ball. And Thomas Stamm doesn't hang around when it comes to substitutions. We're going to see another one. And we're going to see Vinko Shapenka come off. And he's going to be replaced by the number 29, Lukas Boada. So Boada is on, and Sapenka is off. So there'll be a slight difference in the midfield. Dresden with a long free kick from the right, pumped into the box. And the second ball picked up by a yellow shirt. In comes that ball again. And there's an opportunity or an opening in the middle for substitute Deferner. Which again comes to nothing. Accuracy severely lacking for both sides. 20 minutes left of this match, and we're still waiting for that first goal. Aachen with a much more direct approach from the long boot of Bordner. He hasn't reached his intended target man more than a few times this match, but the second balls have been mainly won by Aachen, which is why they are coming forward again with the black shirt of El Fauzi, and out to Guardino on the right hand side. He gets the ball into the box and Fauzi's there and can't get a clean strike on it to take it past Schreiber. But that was close from Aachen. Not pretty, but close. Dresden. No one in the box for that long ball that Kazar wanted to make. Instead, they take it to the corner. And back, and that's going to be a free kick. Tony Menzel looking to create something from the left. Let's see that again. Absolutely no doubt at all that Lukas Shapanik Guardino with that ball into the box, looking for El Fauzi. A few moments ago for Aachen, but it's the attacking opportunity now for the home side. Can they make it count? Let's see. Top scorer this season is Christoph Deferner, and he is now on the pitch. 5 goals in the league for him. Menzel is still on the pitch. 4 goals for him this season as well. Here it comes into the centre, and an opportunity. He was a little bit too far ahead of the ball. He was slightly behind him. But a good delivery from Heise. And Deferner was right behind the number 7 there, who just wasn't able to get his head on the ball in the right place. A substitution for Aachen, somewhat of a surprise. It's Strujic coming off. The man through whom so much of their play goes, but Strujic back in the technical error on the bench. As Dresden come forward again. Guardino is on the floor. Referee hasn't seen him. He has now. And he might, is he clutching his face? Yes, he is. Confirmation that Strujic came off for Leandro Putaro. And we are just going to see the medical teams here. So we will see a break in play. Yeah, I think there may have been a little clash of heads there. Guardino certainly clutching his head. He seems to be okay these days, quite rightly as well. They have to do concussion checks, the medical staff. So much talk about concussion in professional sport these days. Guardino, of course, will have to go off the pitch and then be allowed back on. I'm not sure whether Guardino looks quite able to continue there. We will see. These sides, Dresden and Aachen, haven't met since 2012 when they were both in the second division. And Aachen haven't beaten Dresden since 2006. But it's certainly not one of those age-old rivalries of football. Guardino is absolutely fine. Dresden trying to find a way through and unable to do so yet. The black shirts of Aachen have done very well in crowding the ball and limiting the opportunities that Dresden have had to go forwards. It's going to be a defensive free kick. And that attack from the home side once again comes to very little. And again it's Guardino on the floor. The referee making absolutely certain that everybody knows that he is stopping his watch for every stoppage, every time Guardino, and it is normally Guardino, every time he goes down. Looks to me like Guardino is not going to be able to carry on, and he's not. So Guardino coming off. Second substitution for Aachen. Replacing him, Julian Schwarman. Let's see if Schwarman can make a difference to this game. 13 minutes left of normal time, still no goals. Ball bouncing high in the Aachen box. And Dresden coming away with it, but an uncharacteristic lack of patience. Ball pumped forward again then by Bordner, and pumped forward again by the black shirts of Aachen. A foul at the byline in the corner by the substitute Leandro Putaro, who came on for Sasha Strujic, the playmaker. And that may be an admission from Heine Backhaus that he's more satisfied with the 0-0 than Thomas Stamm, the Dynamo Dresden coach, would be. A long kick forward from Schreiber, headed on in the centre of the park. Yellow shirts unable to control the ball, unable to keep possession. Putaro and Benchop, who was very active and involved in the first part of the game. The ball, one back by Dresden, who win a throw-in. No, in fact, the throw-in has gone to Aachen. Applause from Heine Backhaus for the referee. El Fawzi in the centre of the park. And the ball still with Aachen. But they certainly don't seem to be full of ideas about how to get through this Dresden defence as we approach the last 10 minutes of normal time. Into the centre with Stern at the substitute. Kazar uncharacteristically forward. Heiser with his left foot aiming for 3 yellow shirts in the box, unable to find any of them, and we're back into the centre circle and back to Heiser again, who's tracked back nicely. Out for an attacking throw-in for the home side. And let's see if something else can be conjured up by Dresden in this last 10 minutes of normal time. Substitute Oliver Meyer has been pretty involved down the right-hand side since he came on. Top scorer for Dresden this season, Christoph Daffner. Might have had an opportunity, but was blocked by Meyer when the ball came across from a free kick. At the moment, though, it's Aachen coming forward and a sliced clearance by Tony Menzel. In the end, the ball stays. Let's see how this worked. Menzel. Slice the ball out for a corner from the left-hand side. El Fawzi will take it. It'll be a right-footed in-swinging corner. Again, training ground routine. Near post. Schreiber clears. What a nice... That was almost a super volley. Lovely attempt from the outside of the box by Julian Schwermann. Substitute. Here he gets the opportunity, and it was definitely goal bound had it not been blocked. Whether or not it would have beaten Schreiber, I'm not sure. He was diving and the ball seemed to be going fairly central. That could have been pretty dangerous. Once again, the same routine. All the black shirts crowded at the near post. In swinging again, near post and failing to clear the first man. Disappointing. Back in. El Fawzi still in the box. And we're back for a goal kick. Mika Hanraths unable to get anything on target. Thomas Stamm very frustrated with his team's performance this afternoon. Although I would say Aachen and their tactics has had a big part to play in stopping Dresden getting through. Let's see in these last few minutes of the game whether either of these sides can conjure up something. This will be the first time this season that Dresden have failed to score in a game since they lost 2-0, their only loss of the season, against Erzberger Aue on match day 3. There is still time though. We're going to have a few minutes of stoppages. Oh dear, dear, dear. Tim Schreiber has not had a game to remember here, giving away a corner there for no reason. Nearly dribbled the ball into his own net in the early part of this half, and has had 2 potentially disastrous mix-ups with his defence as well. Schreiber has not covered himself in glory this afternoon, that's for sure. Still 0-0 then. Another corner, that same near post collection of black shirts. And Dresden can break here. No, they can't. In any case, going to be a free kick to Dresden. Not sure the ball was entirely stationary there when that was taken, to be honest. That's certainly a foul from Benschop. And the crowd agree. Let's see if he's going to get a yellow card as well. I think he might. Yellow card for Benschop. Charlison Benschop gets the second yellow card for the away side. Rightly so. Not in a dangerous area, of course. So 2 yellow cards apiece. And Dresden with the chance to get the ball in the mixer, as they say. In it comes. A mix up in the box and a chance for Dresden. That's the only shot on target so far. And that was a real chance late in the game. And Bunning blazes the ball over. But that was the best chance of the game, I think. Certainly from Dresden's point of view. And it was Tony Menzel. He scored 4 times already this season. Anywhere apart from there, and that would be 1-0 to the home side. In the end, the turn snapshot on the volley was straight down the throat of Elias Bordner. And Menzel and this game remain goalless for the afternoon. But there may be another opportunity for Dresden coming forward. Now a long shot over the bar. And that sums up this game, really. Half chances have led to nothing. Let's see that opportunity again. Blazed over by Sterner, the substitute, and Bordner has a chance to clear it long again. Benschop in the centre of your shot. Was very involved early in the first half. He's been a bit quieter in this second 45, and we have 2.5 minutes left of normal time as both sides try to find a goal. Dresden have been more attacking, more openings in the last few minutes. And that will go down as a shot on target. But it was comfortable for Tim Schreiber. As the crowd, all 30,000 of them, try now to lift their home side, their Dresden team. Forward they come. Once again. And the ball into the box and a header. He did well to get that on target, actually, Daffner. But it lacked the pace or the accuracy to get past Bordner. Daffner making a nuisance of himself, but coming to nothing. And that is given away in a dangerous area as it goes to the substitute. Leandro Putaro. Daffner at the back now. Sterner, sorry, the substitute at the back. Last minute of normal time. Mika Yarbrough. And we're going to see another substitution for Aachen. And also a final substitution for Dresden as well. Topken, the number 24, is on for Aachen. Confirmation of those substitutions. Thilo Topken for Aachen. And I didn't see who went off for Dresden, but we'll see in a second. Tony Menzel it was who went off. Bogdanov coming on. Dmitry Bogdanov on for Menzel. As the crowd do their very best to raise those yellow shirts into 4 final minutes of time added on. As we see just a few of the small opportunities that both sides have had in the last few minutes. Urging those yellow shirts forward, the crowd here at the Rudolf Harding Stadion. Lars Bunning unable to make anything of it, and it was El Fosi who came off for Thilo Topken. Attacking throw-in in the dying minutes of the game for Dresden. The urgency is coming from the yellow shirts and the yellow crowd. Trying to just dink the ball into the centre. Not coming to anything as yet. Oliver Meyer has forced a corner though. This could be it. This could be the chance that the Dresden fans and the Dresden players have been hoping for. And the crowd lifting themselves now. A raucous noise, and the roof will be blown off. Not that there is a roof. Will come right off the stadium if this goes in. Can they make it to opportunity? They can't. It comes to nothing again. And that sums up the afternoon for Dynamo Dresden. We've already seen that Aachen will be much happier with a point here away from home. Aachen, if they were to get a point here, will move from 16th up to 13th place. Level on points with Mannheim and Unterhaching. Just 2 minutes left for someone to get a goal. Disappointment in the stands and a shake of the head and a blowing out of the puffing out of the cheeks and a blowing of the lips from the home crowd and the home players. There will be another opportunity though. Oliver Meyer takes the ball infield. Bogdanov involved as well. Bunning across the back and back to Bunning again. Not much time left now, 1 minute. Here it is, this is the chance they've been waiting for, and they cannot take advantage of it. Daphne, the top scorer for Dresden in the league this season, with a glorious opportunity to open the scoring, and he wasn't able to do it. That's the chance they will look back on and rue, because that was the opportunity that Dresden had. And they're convinced now that Aachen are time wasting. Let's see that opportunity again. Here it comes. Completely open. It wasn't Daphne actually. My mistake. Bogdanov it was. And a good save, a smart save. Down to the left by Elias Bodnar. But that was the chance, that was the opening, that was the opportunity that Dresden fans had been hoping for in the last moments of this game. And they will be disappointed that Bogdanov, brought on specifically to take those opportunities in the end, was unable to do so. And the fans are most displeased. We're into the 5th minute of time added on, as Lamar Yarborough is helped off. The fans here at the Rudolf Hardig Stadion are not at all convinced that that was real. It'll be a drop ball. It will go to Dresden. And they have one final opportunity, one final chance to pump the ball forward. A last-minute goal would seal this for the home side. But it's back to their keeper, Tim Schreiber, and Lars Bunning. Crossfield from left to right. Dresden, desperate now for that final moment winner. A cause for a penalty. Daphne down in the box, and a yellow card for simulation for Christoph Daphne, as the referee isn't falling for any of that. And this game, if I'm not mistaken, is going to end up a goalless stalemate. I mean, you've seen them given, commentators say, and so I'll say it. I've seen those given. Daphne was certain that was a penalty. The referee is now into time added on from time added on. One last big, hopeful ball forward is all that Dresden have to hope for, and they don't even have that because the game is over. It is 0-0 after 90 consuming minutes, if not packed full of quality. That man, Heine Backhaus, tactically, I think, will walk off the happier man. Bogdanov had the chance. Stam, the coach, talking to the assistant referee. In the end, it was Bogdanov who had the chance to make this another victory, a 6th in the league this year for the home side, Dynamo Dresden. But in the end, with a few chances, and I mean few, for either side, it's finished here in Dresden. Dynamo Dresden 0, Alemannia Aachen 0.